Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. Today I have with me Jared.
What's up?
And today we're going over The Incredible Hulk versus Superman. An interesting crossover in that it's basically set in a world where the two worlds have always connected. But at the same, and even though we know that's not the case, Roger Stern still finds a way for this to fit like where it would fit within his own continuity of the separate universes.
Because wasn't there like I think like JLA Avengers, they had like a look at a world where Marvel and DC were one Earth.
No. That was DC for the Marvel where they were the amalgam universe.
No, it wasn't amalgam. They did. They did do that.
Yes. JLA Avengers did do that. Even and that was because when the Grandmaster was trying to salvage the world, but they were too incompatible.
Exactly. Which that is hilarious, though.
Right now, just to show up, I do have my own physical copy. I point out because there's a View comics at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Hate that, but let's dive right in. First of all, look at that cover.
Steve Root is so great. High energy cover, and it very much homages Jack Kirby. It's fantastic.
Yep. He is the most dangerous living being on the face of the earth. Though considered a menace to society, he was instrumental in the founding of the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes. The Incredible Hulk. Is he man, monster, or both? These are questions we will attempt to answer tonight. How can they call the Avengers Earth's mightiest when their roster doesn't include, "Hi, honey, I'm home. Miss me?" Silly question. Of course I missed you. You're home early. How was work? Okay, can I ask one thing? Why is it Roger Stern is perfectly fine with a married Superman and Lois, but cannot stand Peter and MJ?
That's a good question. Also, I love how they still call Earth's mightiest heroes the Avengers when the Justice League is like, "Hey, we're here too."
That's what she says when the roster.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait a second here.
But yeah, you're home early. How was work? Put out a fire in Boston. Stopped a tornado in Iowa. Nice slow day. More about Dr. Robert Bruce Banner and the curse of the Incredible Hulk when legacy continues. I wish I could have done more for Banner back then. I should also point out this in the present day stuff is after Betty died.
Okay.
After his wife Betty died. Mm-hmm. Which is sad when you think about it. If you go by the continuity, then technically Bruce married first, but while Clark is still happy with Lois, Bruce is still tortured.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Clark, when you first met the Hulk, no one suspected that he was Dr. Banner, which is true. Just as no one has any reason to believe that Superman has another identity. Otherwise, these specs would never work as a disguise. Good point. Still, Banner and I had more in common than either of us realized. We both led double lives, and we were both irrevocably changed by explosions. So much alike, and yet so different. The force that blasted Krypton apart destroyed the planet of my ancestors. I would have died there as well had my father not set me to Earth. Clark, I know this. Sorry. I'm sorry. Whenever Clark does this stuff around someone like Lois, you're always like, why are you repeating yourself?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, but of course this is for the readers, not for the characters. Thanks to its foresight, I grew stronger and powerful under the rays of the Earth's yellow sun. Literally, I could say I was born under a lucky star. Dr. Banner was never that fortunate. As we now and know now, it's ironic. Like my father, Jor-El, Banner was rushing to save a life when he was caught on the edge of a thermonuclear explosion. Gamma explosion! By right, the radiation should have killed him, but instead it scrambled his body chemistry, transforming him into a creature driven by inner rage, as uncontrollable as the forces of nature. It makes me realize how lucky I was to be raised by the Kents. They were always there for me, and now you are too, Lois. But from the moment of his creation, the Hulk was hounded by the armed forces. He had no family, no friends, aside from Rick Jones, who owed his life to Banner's sacrifice. I can't begin to imagine what life must have been like for Banner. No! Doc! Are you okay? I can hear you yelling all the way down the tunnel. Just a nightmare, Rick. I was dreaming about the Hulk again. Oh, yeah, it's even said all those years ago. He was after me. It was so vivid, so terrifying. Got my heart pumping. Well, we've got the Hulk under the control now, right? Now I should also point out, by this point, Hulk technically Bruce should have been under control with the Hulk, but this is toying with the little bits of him coming back out was the rage. Because remember, even Stan had it be. Originally, Bruce could actually switch it on and off with a machine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's actually something that Peter David would bring back up, and then Betty Ross say, "Wait a minute, you, Mister, this is my burden, this is my curse." Actually, had for a brief time, and turned Hulk willingly.
And wasn't there a time period, like in the early days, when it would be like whenever the sun goes down? And
that was the earliest. That was the earliest.
Okay, cool. I was wondering about that.
But yeah, it's like, out of my way, green skin. I don't believe this. Doc hasn't changed spontaneously to the Hulk in months, and even when he did, it was never in the daytime. Again, because it wouldn't be until Stan brought the Hulk back that it started being his anger, his stress level, and everything. So basically, this is according to what Roger Stern's claiming, this was the first time this technically happened.
Okay.
Don't call me Doc. That's what you call that puny Banner. I'm the Hulk. Hulk, right. I can dig it. Listen, maybe we should get you back down into the lab and... Not my lab. Banner's. And I'm sick of Banner. Hulk, stop! No! Nobody tell the Hulk what to do! Hulk! Oh, man, this is bad. Simultaneously, as a large Midwestern university, I hear you make quite a breakthrough, Professor Carson. Yes, Mr. Kent. On that may be a boon to humanity. My new triangulating seismograph should enable us to predict earthquakes before they happen. How does that work? Basically, it detects the most minute seismic change, pinpointing their location, and what's that? Something wrong? I'm not certain. The scanner indicates a whole series of mini tremors, his mighty leaps, one jolt after the other, moving across southern New Mexico towards the Arizona border. I've never seen such reading. Professor, get back! What? My thanks, Mr. Kent. Obviously, my mechanism needs further testing. Can't imagine what made it malfunction like that. Neither can I, Professor. But if there was anything to those readings, then Superman may be needed in Arizona. I got your drumstick. I got your wing. I got your chicken fit for a king. Don't be shy. Come and get it. Food. And great day in the morning. What do you call that? Hungry. Partner, it's all yours. Oh, Lordy, what if they don't fill them up? Look, up yonder. Now all the seismic phenomena adds up. The Hulk, I presume. Did they run out of plates? Who are you supposed to be? They call me Superman. Superman, he was flying, I tell ya. Heard about him on TV. A real hero. He'll save us. So you're the big shot for back east, huh? Well, I wouldn't say that. Neither would I. Man of Steel. Big deal! I saved the whole world from the Metal Master, but does anyone care? Whoa, take it easy, Big. Fella, don't tell me what to do! I've been through hurricanes that didn't hit that hard. Time to lay down the law. Okay, Big Green, let's hold it right there, shall we? Let go! Whoa, he's not only big, he's fast and strong. Stronger than anyone I've ever gone up against. If he can do this to me, the people back at the barbecue don't stand a chance. Superman, yay! Told you he'd be back. The Hulk, where is he? It's okay, huh? The bad green man is gone. I seen him. He grabbed the rest of the food and jumped off over the hills. Oh, honey, you sure? Son, that's the Continental Divide. Uh-oh! No sign of that monster. And high winds have already obscured his heat trail. As fast as he is, he could be anywhere by now. I'll give the Rockies a flyby, but something tells me I'll have better luck and better luck locating the Hulk from the vantage of Metropolis. Oh, hold on a sec.
That's the problem.
Anyway, Kent's had his nose to the screen ever since he got back from the Midwest. He's on to something. On Las Crunchy's son, break-in at Airbase, El Paso time, Hulk rips through circus. And Carl's bulletin, Preacher Rex burning house. There's a definite pattern here. Researching the Hulk, is he? Kent's beat me to the first Superman exclusive, and now he's going after the Hulk? Well, we'll see about that. And Chief, I've got a monster idea for a new expose. Go ahead, Lois. I'm listening. So again, see, this is still during that point where Stern is remembering Oh yeah, even after the time skip, Lois kept holding on to the whole "you scooped me" on Superman, which even I admit that's just poor writing. Because I think they forgot. Oh yeah, 5 years skipped. Would you even agree with that? From a writing point of view, that's just poor writing.
Yeah,
on
it
her.
is. It is 100%.
Because that makes her seem petty, or like she hasn't let it go. Like if it was like a couple months, I could buy it. A year, pushing it. 5 years, no. But then again, no. Byrne also didn't care for Lois.
I'm starting to like John Byrne more and more.
Although he's also the one who made Superman kill, just as a fuck you to the editors.
Again, I'm starting to like John Byrne more and more.
As a fuck you to the editors, even that's petty, dude.
Yeah, but still.
What? You assigned Lois to investigate the Hulk? Mr. White, I won this story. I've been chasing down leads all day. Sorry, Ken, but you should have spoken up sooner. Lois got her bid in first. She's probably halfway to New Mexico by now. I needed that assignment as cover while I tracked the Hulk down as Superman. Well, Chief, how about my expanding the seismologist story into a series? Say, America's New Scientist? I'd say you need a hook, something to make the public want to read it. If I went west to interview Dr. Bruce Banner, we could tie it to Lois's Hulk story. Banner was once assigned to help track down the monster, and his profile could launch the series. Yes, now that's a hook. Get on it, Kent. On my way, Chief. I'll be in New Mexico before you know it. As I understand it, Sheriff, you were still a deputy when you encountered the Hulk. That's correct, Miss Lane. In fact, the incident got me this job. Last election, everybody wanted to vote for the man who stood up to the Hulk. Hard to beat a slogan like that. Was there anything unusual about the encounter? Ma'am, everything's unusual where the Hulk's concerned. I was the first to respond to a reported house fire. When I arrived, the fire was out. Seems the Hulk had torn away the side of the building and that was burning. Didn't know that at the time though. Just saw the big green cuss and open fire. Glad I missed now. He had some teenage boy with him. That's right, Miss Lane. Young man tipped us off that the ringmaster had captured the Hulk. Though he didn't stay a captive for long, the Bureau owes a debt of gratitude to Rick Jones. Yes, ma'am. We took him into custody under orders from General Ross. I don't recall the charges. Doesn't matter anyway. They were later dropped. It was the Hulk who freed him. Only time I ever lost a prisoner. And Rick, he's so cool. He's the one who organized the ham radio network. Did you know that we helped the Hulk defeat the Metal Master? It's true. Our team brigade got the stuff the Hulk needed to turn the table on that flying weirdo. But we never could have done it without Rick. A dozen different interviews, and no two of them say the same thing about the Hulk. But they all mention it's Rick Jones. Maybe if I can find him. Come on, Hulk, where are you? It's been days since. Wait a minute, there he is. Now, if Doc's gizmo works, like I hope, wow, sure looks like the real thing. But does the Hulk see it? Yes, he's coming in. He's not going to be happy with me. What's this? It's a burping mirage. Hulk, you. I don't know it was you. Yeah, sorry. Sorry? Down the hatch, toss it a pill. Try to breathe again. What? Rick, take it easy, Doc. Here, got your specs for you. How? I used your hologram projector to lure the Hulk in, then shot one of your spatial tranquilizers down its throat. No, I mean, how did this episode begin? You got me, Doc. You were upset about a bad dream, and then you sorta, I don't know, hulked out. I was afraid something like this. The Hulk side of me is becoming stronger, Rick. I have to go back to the cave, run some tests. Afraid that'll have to wait. Thunderbolt Ross has been burning up the phone lines looking for you. Some bigwig from back east flew out to meet you, and T-Bolt wants you at the base. Pronto. But it's okay. There's a change of clothes behind the seat. Ah! That's a hot rod, all right. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's the stereotypical hot rod.
Yep. Here you go, Doc. You need me for anything? Just give me a call. You got my number. Thanks, Rick, for the lift, for everything. Hey, no problem. After all, I owe you. Dr. Banner? Yes? This is an honor, sir. I'm Clark Kent from the Metropolis Daily Planet. I'd like to speak with you about your work. All right, Mr. Kent? I must tell you, I'm not interested in personal celebrity. I quite understand. You see, I'm writing a series aimed at encouraging interest in the science and Banner! Where in the hell have you been? And the Sam Hill have you been? Conducting field studies, General. Sorry, I've bad enough hosting corporate VIPs without having to make excuses for you. Corporate VIPs? And yes, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Well, hello, Kent. General Ross is that our errant genius. No apologies needed, sir. None at all. Oh, I got that out of order. Your lovely daughter has been most gracious guide. Right, and Hepperson? Hepperson, I remember him!
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mr. L. Oh, Mr. Lucer. Lex, dear. Lex, this is Dr. Banner. At LexCorp, we followed your career with great interest. Why, sir, you're like Einstein, Oppenheimer, and Teller, all wrote into one. That's very flattering, but we have so much to talk about. You'll excuse us, won't you, General? I'm particularly intrigued by your gamma research and array research. Blasted industrialist, always trying to waltz off with my scientists. If he didn't have clearance, Lucer once saw he'd destroy Superman. What's he up to here? And what's he up to here now? Meanwhile, and so Polly, what you up to this weekend? Gotta work. I'm saving up for spring break. What can I get you? A couple of chili dog fries and a large cherry soda. Okay, I'm off tomorrow night. Well, pardon me. I'm looking for Rick Jones. Know where I can find him? Right here, sweet thing. And Richard M. Jones at your service. And you are? Lois. Lois Lane. I'm a reporter, and I'd like to ask you a few questions about the Hulk. From what I've heard, you two must be good friends. Friends with the Hulk? Lady, you gotta be kidding me. Hey, look at the time. Sorry, gotta run. Jones, I spent 36 hours tracking you down. This isn't over yet. Hi, could I get a root beer float with extra ice cream? Sure. Superman, what are you doing here? Getting something to drink. Flying is thirsty work. Oh, you mean why am I in New Mexico? Same as you. Getting a line on the Hulk. How did you know? Ran to Clark Kent up the road. He told me. Kent? What's he doing here? Interviewing some scientists. Oh, and did you know Lex Luthor's in town? On the house, Superman. Thanks. Did all of Metropolis follow me here? What's Luthor up to? Frankly, I'm not certain. It's him. It's him, I tell you. It's really him. Of course, the ladies are going gaga.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope to find out. You would tell me if you uncovered anything, wouldn't you, Lois? Of course, but wait! Can't have to get back to work. Try not to get into too much trouble. Oh, men! I'll get to the bottom of this if it's the last thing I do. She went for 36 hours trying to find out and try to do the sexy, report, type of report to get Rick's attention. Backfires, and then all this with Superman's like, yeah, she deserves. I'd be frustrated too if I was in her shoes.
Well, yeah, because what Rick found out is, oh no, that's Lois Lane. Let me get out of here.
No, it's reporter in general.
I know.
I'm just saying, if it's reporter. If it was just Lois Lane and she didn't say she was a reporter, he'd still stick around. Easy to see how Lucer and his tech advisors gain admittance to the base. LexCorp was a major contractor for most of their armaments. I'd love to know what they're up to, but unfortunately the bunker that Banner took them into is so heavily shielded, my X-ray vision is blocked. I can't see anything. That might be going on inside. Most impressive, Dr. Banner. And you use this to repulse and the invasion of the alien Toadmen? Yes, the Gamma Gun overrode the alien's magnetic propulsion system. Gamma Gun! Marvelous! With further research, it could conceivably give us a star drive of our own. But please don't touch anything. You're a man of true vision, Doctor. Tell me, have you given any thought to your future? I beg your pardon? I'm always seeking out great minds for LexCorp's research division. I offer much more generous compensation and far better perks than the government. Well, excuse me, phone. Banner here. Rick, what? Slow down. What's wrong? I just got the third degree from a snobby reporter asking about the Hulk. Really? Odd. I spoke earlier with a reporter myself. Where's Betty going with Lucer? No, I don't know. I don't know that there's a connection, but we should just be cautious, just in case. Listen, things are very busy right now. We'll talk later. What is Lucer up to? Gotta catch up to. Oh, sorry, Ken. Quite all right, Doctor. Should have watched where I was going. Have you seen Betty, Miss Ross? I thought I saw her. She and her father were with Lucer, but I believe they've gone their separate ways. Lucer just left with his advisor. I managed to get photos of the gamma gun's control surface, Mr. L. Good. And next, Happerson, there's certain items you must procure while I wine and dine in Ross Banner and the Rosses. I want to get a lead on what may be the Doctor's greatest creation. The Hulk, sir? Yes, I suspect that one of Banner's experiments created the monster, or brought it to Earth. Whatever. If I can get the Hulk's strength and Banner's genius at my beck and call, Superman will be doomed. Like, boy, this is a wordy book, isn't it?
It is. Oh my gosh. It's
Again,
like a Bendis book.
But much better written.
But much better written
and it
than
has
a Bendis
individual
book.
characters, not, oh, it's the same dialogue, across multiple people.
Yeah, I know. That's why I hate Brian's books, is because like one character will go on an entire monologue.
Or multiple characters will be sounding identical.
Yeah.
It's like, the only reason why there's multiple characters there, so at least it doesn't feel like one giant speech bubble from one character across multiple pages.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could talk you into an interview, Doctor. Quite a setup you have here. Pardon me while I check on a few things, Kent. Feel free to look around. Just don't touch anything. Certainly. I was wondering if we might discuss your efforts to track down the Hulk. Oh, that all ended when the Hulk was pardoned for helping stop the Metal Master. I see. No shielding here. Files look very interesting. Well, can you tell me what you think his origins are? I wouldn't even hazard a guess. Too bad. Did you know the Hulk recently attacked Superman? Fight ended before anyone was hurt. But dozens of our lives were put at risk by... Dr. Banner, you all right? Just a muscle spasm and a bit of a migraine. Could we continue this another time? Of course. I'll be in touch. Must calm down. Mustn't let Hulk out. Ken is right. The Hulk remains a threat. I must keep my emotions in check. Otherwise, I risk releasing an uncontrollable monster. That neutron man was specifically designed to attract and hold living being. My engineers tell me that the Hulk exerted a force of an excess of 25 tons against those bars. He was freed in 40 seconds. Betty, how rude of me. I should have realized. You've had some frightening encounters with the Hulk yourself, haven't you? Yes. Just a few more minutes, Betty. We're almost through. And now they pardon that menace. General, the Hulk has done some good, yes, and think what we might accomplish if we what might be accomplished if we could but harness his power. Banner? No one would ever need fear him again. Look at that sleaze. I should interview Betty Ross to warn her away from Lucer, if nothing else. I know too well how easy it is to be taken in by his charm. Thank you so much for visiting my little hacienda. Wonderful time. See you soon. Happerson, report. Everything's in place, Mr. L. Operation Decoy is ready to go. But we must exercise caution. Both Lois Lane and Superman have been seen in the area. What? First Kent, and now Lane and Superman? Interesting. But just more pieces for the board, and chess pieces for the board. Banner is obviously attracted to Betty. She will be the tool by which I gain control over him, and perhaps the Hulk as well. The next day, Betty Ross, I'm Lois Lane of the Daily Planet. Can we talk? Soon. Really, Miss Lane, you make Lex sound like some monster. Let's just say he's far from perfect. But since you mentioned monsters, what can you tell me about the Hulk? You've seen him. He once took me hostage. The Hulk is huge, terrifying, and yet he never really tried to harm me. There was a strange sadness about him. Of course, my father despises him. Just the sight of the Hulk running free sets him off. I know that reaction. My father was Army, career officer, Eddie. What on earth? It's just a dust devil. We get them all the time. More like a mini twister. It is unusually intense. Must be a storm on the way. That's no storm. There's something in there. Good Lord, is that the Hulk? Really, Mr. Kent. The time I spent tracking... Wait a second! You get what I'm implying there? Like,
Yeah,
wait a second. I spent tracking the Hulk was only a minuscule fraction of my research. I know, Doctor, but it's the side of your work that will attract the readers. The hook that makes them want to read about the science involved. But that duty was hardly glamorous. I myself never even saw the Hulk. I had to rely upon images captured by remote cameras. All right, then, let's talk about your work on the G-bomb. I wish you wouldn't call it that. It was a fusion device created for a strategic and defense project. Developing offensive weaponry was never my intent. But surely you realize the deadly potential of your creation. Yes. Yes, I do. It's something I must live with every waking moment. Kent, if I told you something in confidence, could you keep a secret? Doctor, you'd be surprised at the secret I've kept. Excuse me, my cell phone. Lois, what's up? Oh no, oh not much. My rental car's a pancake, and my interviewee's been abducted. What? Where are you? Are you all right? I'm okay. You know what happened so suddenly? This monster came at us out of the sandstorm. It had to have been the Hulk. Do you see Superman before I do? Tell him the Hulk has kidnapped Betty Ross. What? But that can't be. I'm afraid it is. I have to go. Of course. Doctor, have you heard the terrible news? Yes, can't talk now. Rick, thank heavens. Need a lift, Doc? Yes, step on it. Yes, Doctor, run as fast as you can. I'll be right behind you. Man, oh man, it's Lex Evil! Say again, Car 3. Cancel that second record dispatch. Another help of the ride. No leads from the car, not even oversized fingerprints. All set to roll. Thanks again, Superman. We've been hours scrapping that all together. It's lucky Kent was able to reach you. Lois, you're lucky to be alive. The Hulk is capable of anything. Tell me about it. Can you stop him? I intend to try. I see a heat trail heading west. That's my best lead. You're not going to leave me here. Stay with the deputies, Lois. This is a job for Superman. The police scanner's all lit up and over this, Doc. I don't get it. How can anyone impersonate the Hulk? I don't know, Rick. I bet it's a setup. You gonna lie low in the cave, or use your G-ray to change in? No need for that. And Hulk? Oh man, that was a new tire. No one passes them off as me and gets away with it. I sure wouldn't want to be that fake Hulk. Forget about tailing Banner and Happerston. Low altitude scans have indicated the Hulk. Lure him in. Yes, sir, Mr. L. Guidance laser is locked on. Hey, I think we got his attention. Buddy! Yes, he's definitely sighted the decoy. Get away from her! No, girl belong to Hulk. I am the Hulk! Look at him, Happerson. What a magnificent brute. He's everything I'd hoped for and more. But Mr. L, that robot costs millions, and he's tearing it to pieces. Are we ever going to restrain him? You don't hold back such rage, Sidney. You fan it at white-hot intensity, then give it a target. Speaking of whom, where is Superman? And imaging radar shows him halfway along the trail we laid and picking up speed. Perfect. By the time he gets here, the Hulk will have disposed of his first sparring partner, and everything will be set up. Oh, dear! Oh, I like it. Look at that. That's very much a Kirby robotic mouse.
Yeah, it is.
For the title bout. There he is. Must get him away from the woman. Her life depends on me. He spotted me. Gotta hit him fast and hit him hard. Boom! Boom, 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 boom. Stay awake? Not for long. I learned my lesson last time. Give my regards to the next county. Wham! Miss Ross, don't worry, I'm Superman. I've removed the Hulk. The Hulk? He kidnapped you. Robot? I was in such a hurry I never noticed. Someone's playing games with us. No, I was grabbed by metal, some sort of, that's what he says, robot. But who? Let me worry about that. I don't see any broken bones. How do you feel? A little lightheaded. I must catch up to the Hulk and make amends before this escalates any further. Medic, down here! Make amends with the Hulk? I know it won't be easy, especially now, but I have to try. Good luck. If I ever lay eyes on that miserable, back for more? All right, Superman, let's see how you like a little of your own medicine. Hulk, we've been set up. Let's talk. Truce? I'll show you a truce. Boom. And Thunder, sir. No, it's the Hulk. That's Superman. Move out! All units, proceed to Sector 7 and prepare to fire my command. Sir, what about Superman? Supposed to be bulletproof, isn't he? He better live up to his rep, because we're bringing that monster down. Fire! And got him! Hold your fire. Let's look. Uh-oh. Incoming! That actually came close to knocking the wind out of me. Do I dare hope the Hulk took a harder hit? Missiles. I hate missiles. No such luck. See how you like them! Everybody clear out! Good thing none of these are heat seekers. A little applied heat vision should fuse their impact detonators and render them inert. Hulk, I've been trying to tell you, we've both been set up, but you won't listen. Get the injured back to base.
It's like Batman versus Superman.
Okay. But at least in this case, one of them is trying to talk sense to the other.
Superman was!
To a point.
It was like, Bruce, listen. And he even said, stay down. If I wanted, I could kill you already. Just stop a second so we can talk about this.
Okay.
But okay, I was just bringing that up.
General, they're punching each other into the foothills. I have eyes, soldier. Sir, civilian vehicle approaches. Luther, get out of here to the combat zone. I can help, General. Is that so? 100 specially trained men with the latest ordnance didn't even slow those two powerhouses down. You have nothing that could do better. It's not what I have. It's what you have. 2 words, Ross. Gamma gun. I gotta watch myself. My last punch drove from halfway down into that mountain. I'm not used to letting go like this. And Hulk, are you all right? I know you're not to blame for this. Can you hear me? Let's talk. Did you think a few tons of rock could stop me? Nothing can stop the Hulk. Nothing. If it could stop an alien armada, it can stop the Hulk. But Banner's nowhere to be found. Without him to calibrate it, Pepperson could do it. He studied the controls under Banner's supervision. What about Superman? Conventional weaponry is one thing, but this Superman, I'm sure he can take a little heat. This weapon costs billions, Luther. And what's it worth to you to destroy the Hulk? Locked on and target, Mr. L. All systems go. Well, General, all right. Fire. Instantly over a mile away. Yeah! Banner's gamma gun. But can't be. Banner and Luther. Luther must be. Told you we were both set up, and he'd do anything to kill me. And he's a fool. I know from Banner's weapons we'll be fought and just the first victims. They could kill everything within 500 miles. Then we must stop it. I'm with you. And think there's a pitch left in your throwing arm? Let's see. Never felt such pain, but I've got to build up speed to throw the Hulk free. Mr. L, and the core's overheating. Better cut back. Don't you dare. I want more power. Are you crazy? Indicators are all red. Shut it down. I'm shutting you down, Luther. Now and forever. Mr. Luther. Attention, this is a priority alert. Evacuate the base on the double. This is not a drill. Shield me, Sydney. An estimated 15 seconds to detonation. Luther, so help me, if we live through this, it wasn't my fault. The Hulk, yes. If we die, at least he will too. Forget that. Run, 5 seconds. Going somewhere, gentlemen. Superman, we've got to get to cover. No, we're safe enough here. The Hulk's already took out the worst of it. He may have just sacrificed himself to save us all. Unhand me, you reckless. I'm reckless. You're the one who caused all this. That's preposterous. The Hulk is no innocent, but someone incited him. I'm beginning to understand his anger. Holy, that's the bunker with Doc's gamma gun. Could even the Hulk survive that? If not for him, I'd be dead. If not for me, don't count me out just yet, Rick. Doc, you're alive! Thanks to the Hulk, he forced open the emergency access tunnel just before the gamma core went up. The energy release changed me back and bounced me off a few walls. You have my glasses? Right here, Doc. Man, you should have seen the explosion from out here. What a rush! No doubt. From what I can recall, the Hulk enjoyed that job and finding an ally. Look familiar, Lois? That Hulk was a robot? Only the one that stopped you. So who built this? The genuine article destroyed his gamma gun. I'm afraid there's been no sign of him in the wreckage. So who built the robot? It's a modified version of a model used in testing anti-Hulk weaponry, built for the armed forces by LexCorp. I don't suppose you know anything about this, Lex? Certainly not, and I resent the implication. I'm returning to Metropolis now to launch a full investigation into the matter, and I won't rest until I find the parties responsible. Yes, I'm sure you won't. A robot? And then it wasn't the Hulk who? No, Daddy. In fact, Superman thinks the Hulk probably saved me from the robot. Has the whole world gone crazy? Betty! Bruce, are you all right? I was so worried about you. Really? Me too. About you, I mean. But Bruce, your gamma gun. You put so much work into it. It's all right. I'll design something better, something safer. Close. I came so close, Happerson. But you learned a lot, sir. For next time, yes, you're right. We must beef up our research and development division. One way or another, I will find a way to destroy Superman. Hot up the presses, Kent. Read it and weep. And why would I do that, Lois? Because this is the scoop of scoops. Beating you out on this story almost almost evens the scoring for you beating me on that first Superman exclusive. I say it puts you one ahead. Congratulations. And of course, we still don't know where the Hulk came from. Now that he's gone, we may never know. Is he gone, Lois? I wonder. Looking back, it's all so obvious. Poor Banner. He endured such hell in both of his identities, and the nightmare only got worse when his secret became public knowledge. I suddenly remembered how surprised I was, and yet, after all that, he and Betty married. He must have loved her very, very much. It's so sad the way it ended. After all they went through, they deserve better. It makes me realize all over again how lucky we are. Yes. I wonder where Banner is now, how he's holding up. Wedding photos show them both smiling bravely, but in her book, Field of Green, Betty Ross Banner told of her father's violent opposition to the marriage. Certainly the curse of the Hulk continued to haunt the young couple, and any hopes of happiness ended tragically when Betty succumbed to radiation poisoning. Her death had a profound effect on Banner and on the Hulk as well. It is rumored that both suffered a severe emotional breakdown. And though the current whereabouts of Dr. Robert Bruce Banner are unknown, sporadic sightings of a green-skinned man monster are evidence that he still lives, and that the story of the Incredible Hulk has yet to reach its end. Well,
great. I like that one.
Very strong writing. Wordy as hell, but still very good.
It's very good writing. That's the thing. I could take a wordy book as long as it's well done, and obviously this is well done. I do agree with you that Stern is fine with a married Superman, but all of a sudden a married Spider-Man is so, like, abhorrent to him.
He refused to. His last shot of thing at Marvel was to work on Spider-Man, but he's like, "No, I'm not gonna work on that. Call me when it fizzles." And except for doing Hobgoblin Lives, he never came back to Spider-Man until Brand New Day.
Of course.
But again, though, this whole story was just great. And the fact that it fits so well, like, you can believe this is a shared universe. I mean, they avoid a lot of the real headache hurdles and everything. But for what was important for the story, it works. I'd love to see more of this. I'd love to see more of this Earth.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool. It's like Batman and, like, see, like, maybe Deathstroke versus, like, Taskmaster.
Yeah, something like that. This coexisting world. This is the only one really where it paid it off that well. I mean, okay, the earliest ones kind of work too, and this feels more like a throwback to those earlier ones. But yeah, but this whole story. I mean, Lex was perfect. Lex. Everything about this made sense and fit. Nothing felt like a stretch. You know what I mean? Everything about this just felt so good. The art was amazing.
Yeah, the art's really good. The art is solid.
Very much so. Very Kirby-like.
Yeah, exactly. Particularly with the Hulk, because they were clearly inspired by Jack Kirby with this.
Yeah, definitely. And even Superman felt a bit Kirby-esque, I think, from what Kirby had done of him. But again, just all of this was this is like almost a perfect crossover, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I can't think of many others that are this strong and this good. And again, it just felt, it's the story that really sells this one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, what did you like best about it overall? Like a favorite scene or whatever?
Well, any action scene was, like, solidly rendered. It was so good. My favorite component of this book is like you said, how seamlessly they weave together the Hulk and Superman to the point where there's very few, if any, like, plot holes that they would have to, like, explain logical inconsistencies for these characters to exist.
Exactly.
So it's really well molded.
With some foreshadowing too for what would come up after these points in their history, like Lex beefing up his R&D division, which it wasn't that huge back in during that second issue. That explains how it changed from being one thing to another.
Yeah.
Or again, Hulk was his rage issue, and even Bruce and Rick saying, "Hulk, you hulked out." It feels like a lost middle chapter for both. In fact, I can almost look at it if you go by the hyper time. The version of the multiverse, this is the point where the two timelines intersected and probably had an adventure and then broke off.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, I love the opening,
So good.
closing here as
Mhm.
well. Wouldn't you say? Just this whole,
Yeah.
again, like the whole, how can they be Earth's mightiest if they don't include Superman?
Or they don't include the Justice League.
Any of them, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh boy, just imagine Tony hitting on Wonder Woman.
Oh God, that would work out well. Oh, geez.
Depending on what era of Wonder Woman, I think some of them she'd be playful. Not she wouldn't capitulate, but she would, like be like, "Oh, Mr. Stark."
It also depends on Tony, on which
Oh
version
yeah,
of Tony, because a lot of times they tone down the playboyness.
true. But I'm just saying, but if it's a type like if it's like Michelini era of him, then I do think he'd be like a still playing it serious, but hitting on her a little bit, like, "Oh, hello there, gorgeous."
I
Yeah,
would just
but
love.
then he'd be like, "Okay, enough of that." Like if she tried to parse, I'd be like, "Okay, let's get down to business."
I would just love a Batman Iron Man crossover where they're trying to outretch each other.
Yep. Well,
That
at
would
least
be
with Bruce
fantastic.
anyway. But
Yeah.
you do know Death Battle made it very clear. Yeah, Batman would lose.
No, that's wrong. No.
Yeah, was all the different armors Tony has at his disposal. All the different,
Electromagnetic pulse, which
no,
Batman has
actually, no.
access to.
Actually, does he have it on him regularly? This is the case where there's no prep time or anything. And that Tony has armors that can deal without the EMP, or he can call them forth from somewhere else outside the EMP's range.
But here's the thing, though. Once you take out one of the armors, Tony is vulnerable
For a
while the other
moment,
armor gets to him.
Which usually can be very fast.
Yeah, but Batman's faster.
And here's something else, though. Okay, never mind. You should check out the Death Battle. They do explain
I
it.
did, and I called BS on that death battle. All of them I called, but that one I was like, nope,
Yeah, because be like, Black Panther, no chance. No chance. What does Batman have that can go through vibranium? Nothing.
Okay, yes, because it is his entire body, too. I'll give you that one. Black Panther I can get.
And Spider-Man makes sense, too, because this is the case of, again, no prep time. And even then, Spidey could counter his prep time, too.
To an extent, because there's a certain point where, like, Spider-Man is, like, overwhelmed. But still, but yeah, Batman versus Iron Man, I'm sorry.
Well, but let's be honest. Okay, let's be honest with this, though. Tony and Bruce are equal in intelligence, in my opinion.
Intelligence, yes, I would say so. And when you think about it, Iron Man is the prep time guy of the Avengers.
Yes, especially being a futurist.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say, though, the way they took him out, where it turned out he had placed an armor on Batman before the fight even began, you basically knew that he was going to win no matter what, because all he had to do, activate, self-destruct, boom.
Yeah, that is total BS. I'm not believing that.
Tony would do that, though. Tony would do that.
But would Iron Man kill, though?
Again, remember, that's the whole point. That's bad. They take away that stipulation.
True.
That's the whole point. That's why even when Obi-Wan Kenobi killed his opponent, it's like he's
Obi-Wan kills people. Come on.
No, but I'm talking about just heartlessly.
Okay, I could see that.
Okay, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, can we both agree Superman versus Goku made sense?
Superman wins? Hell yes.
No matter what, because Superman has basically, if you go from a meta narrative, he's as strong as he needs to be.
Yeah, even a co-host of mine said, okay, so Goku is a character that's designed to push limits.
Yes.
What do you do when a character has literally no limits?
That's exactly what Death Battle said.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay. How do you feel of Superman versus Spider-Man?
Well, even that one, he had to use a red solar, the bad guys had to use a red solar energy on Spider-Man's super even for him to get a punch in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but anyway, so that was this story. Very good, very touching, very tragic by the end.
Mm-hmm.
But a very good story nonetheless. We got another one we'll be covering that's a very interesting one, and we'll see that probably not, I don't think as wordy. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.